Hey, what's up? It's Confront 95 the Savior, and oh my god, I was not expecting to make this video, but I want to do it right now in the moment of it. This is a journal, as you can expect, but I'm kind of like freaking out because there's like a time bomb in my mind. Like, I don't know what's gonna happen if somebody's gonna come, but I am like really starting to get annoyed with living here. And I know, like, based on my previous videos, like, girl, like, it's time for you to move, but I swear, Japan cannot give me nice things. Every time I get something nice, like they just gotta fuck it up for me. Like everybody. One of the main things that I really liked about coming here, beyond the part that I didn't have to deal with bugs, etc., was the fact that I felt like I was, I had privacy, it's secluded, don't have to deal with people stalking me. No, 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 no. I am dealing with that 100 times more than at my last place. In my last place, they were just stalkers outside. Nobody actually came to my front door, just outside my building. But here, no. Everybody's after me. And I will say, to make it fair, because I'm talking fast, because I'm freaking out and it's in the moment, to make it fair, I did bring these things onto myself. But it doesn't excuse what's happening and how they're happening. And I just can't help but to think, you would never do this in the US because someone would fucking shoot you and go off on you. And so it's really making me upset because I'm being put in a situation where it's like, okay, either you be ghetto and you tell them how it is, which in turn embarrasses them, but also embarrasses you, or you play their little game of fear and answer the door. And the way I see it is like this. If I didn't invite you to my house, or let's say I did invite you, if I choose not to open my door to you, you go the fuck away. You do not keep coming to my door over and over and over and over and over again. And it's really making me upset because this is really my fault. But I feel encouraged to get a regular Japanese phone again. I've actually been using a Skype number for the longest. And that's my reason why. Like, I have no reason to have a normal cell phone here because nobody uses their phone number. Like, phone numbers are just used for work, basically. Anything you need to do, you can either use your company's phone if your Skype number doesn't allow you to call that number, or your friend's phone or somebody else, which that type of stuff never happens. Anything you need to do can be handled from your Skype number, with few exceptions. And with that said, I've had no reason to, because you don't use it to call your friends, your family, anyone else. If you're making a phone call, 99.9% of the time, you're going to use Line. So now that I've gotten all of that out of the way and out of my system, this is the part. This is the part that makes me want to get it again. I need to be able to call emergency phone numbers. And to my knowledge, you cannot do that with Line or Skype. You have to use your regular cell phone. And I think I can call emergency numbers, I think, from my phone. But my iPhone is actually from the US. I did not buy one here in Japan because when I wanted to, I didn't try to buy a new phone. I wanted to get just a SIM card. At the time, I didn't have the appropriate visa to do that. But that was a long time ago. So, yeah. God, I can't believe it's been 5 years. But back on subject. So my two most recent situations have been a job that I quit has been harassing me and, coming to my house constantly and leaving business cards trying to get me to answer the door. And I'm like, I don't need to sign shit saying I'm not working for you anymore. I quit. I'm gone. I get it. It helps them and makes things easier for them. But that's not my problem. I don't care. I've done this before. This isn't the first time I quit a job. I know how it goes. I know that I'm supposed to do it. But why am I helping you at this point? Like, it's not doing anything for me. I don't work for your company. You don't want me to work for your company. You decided to let me go. Then let me leave. Handle your shit on your own. And it's really stupid and ironic because they were sending me threatening messages telling me how if I didn't, sign the contract or, the paperwork saying that, I was done and that, I quit, etc., that, it was going to cost me something else with pension, health insurance, whatever, that, they're probably it was going to be deducted out of my money, blah, 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 which of course didn't happen. But they were making it sound like I was still going to be on their payroll or whatever their list is for health insurance, some type of legal crap like that, which is not true, total lie. And once again, even if it is, I am not legally required to do it. I don't have to do it, and there's nothing you can do about it. It doesn't benefit me. You didn't help me when I asked you for help. Don't ask me to help you. Also, that's another reason why you don't make empty threats. You claimed you were going to do something, and then when the time came to do it, here you are begging on your knees, coming to my house 3-4 times, wasting time because your ass is getting paid to make unnecessary trips to my place. Not to mention, the dumb thing is, they keep coming to my house at times where I shouldn't be at home. Now, they don't know what's going on with me, but I'm thinking like, okay, if I were doing like a normal person, I would be at work right now. I wouldn't be in a position where I'm just sitting on my ass at home and I can't answer the door. Like, for example, right now, this is a different place. It's only 4:57. Who the fuck would be home at 4 o'clock? So they just came here like less than 30 minutes ago. And so I'm like, okay, like, why would you come to my house looking for me? And it's not even 5 o'clock. Like, the earliest you should be here is like 6:30 or 7, because a normal person works until 6. And the earliest a person works, if they're working full time, the earliest they get off is 5 o'clock. So I get it. You need to come here within your work hours in which you're getting paid, but that's not beneficial. And then it's not like they just ring the doorbell one time. They do it non-stop to get a reaction from you. And so there's 3 different sides of me. One side of me freaks out mentally because I live by myself. It's scary. It's harassing. And you don't know how crazy somebody is or what they're going to do. Like, people have inside their mind that Japanese people are these super nice, humble, kind people that don't harm other people. That is not true. There are some crazy bitches here, just like in any other country. The only difference is they don't have access to guns. They stab people. They recently had someone, I don't know if they killed them or not, but a guy that got upset about a noisy neighbor, I think he went upstairs and literally stabbed them when they opened the door because he had been complaining about the noise they were making. And that's since this whole pandemic mess started. So there's been cases before, there's been cases after. It happens. And with that said, I do not want to answer my door. I live by myself. I am a woman. I am a foreigner. I don't know you like that. And especially since in both cases, it hasn't been somebody that I directly work with, but somebody from the company. So it's not even like we have a personal connection. That makes it even scarier. I don't know your personality. What are you capable of doing? What will you do? What can you do? I don't know. Then to make it even weirder, they always come with unnecessary like papers and work. So anyway, at least with the last job, that place, I was actually working there. But this is the part that made this video worthy, because that guy I didn't care about. He was head over HR and I hadn't met him before, so I didn't know him and his personality. But this is the part that scared me the most. Just now, less than an hour ago, this woman, who I'm assuming this is who she is. She must be from this dispatch company. So I made a video. I don't know if I'm going to upload it or not. So I may or may not have told you guys I was going to do an ALT job. It fell through. I decided not to do it literally at the last minute for a few different reasons. And the main reason being is I need visa sponsorship, and they couldn't tell me whether or not they could do that. I gave them days to respond. They did not. They waited until the day I was supposed to start working. I was like, well, there goes your answer. It was a part-time job. The pay was going to be crap. And I wouldn't even give the name of the company. The company's called InterSquare. So they're a dispatch company. And the way that this works is basically they hire anybody. And for this job, which I think I might have mentioned on Patreon, they literally just asked me, what my availability was. And they were like, oh my God, you're, only 25. Oh my God, you're so young. And it's like, I'm not really young, but okay. So anyway, yeah, they asked no questions. It was the easiest job offer I ever received. So it really sucks, and it's sad that I had to turn it down. But when I looked them up, all of their reviews and everything about the company is bad. And so that didn't rub me the right way. And then when I asked them about the payday and dress code, they had an attitude. We were like, we sent this in a previous email, whatever. And I was like, oh, I didn't see that there was a document attached, because the email was completely about the Zoom conference thing that we're going to do. To which I told them I had a dental appointment at that time. I couldn't do it. So, which, by the way, if I didn't tell you guys already, I'm about to get braces, but that's another story. So, well, by braces, I mean Invisalign, same difference. So at least I'm planning to. Yeah, I wasn't going to be able to attend that, and they were supposed to have sent me this ID card that I needed to bring in for my first day so that the school and staff know who I'm supposed to be. Well, when I explained that, I checked the email and I saw it does say, the payday and the dress code, etc. But technically it didn't go into detail. It didn't say, can I wear earrings or no earrings? How long does the dress have to be? Can you wear a dress? It just told you what you couldn't wear, but it didn't tell you what to wear. So, yeah, that was kind of strange. The only thing it told you is obviously to cover up tattoos, but I don't have any tattoos, so that doesn't apply to me. So, anyway, sorry, I'm talking fast because I'm scared. And on top of that, what was I going to say? Yeah, y'all know me. My videos are going to be 6 hours. So if I talk slow, you'll never get, imagine how long my videos would be if I talk slow, you guys. Think about that for a second. And I have to edit this crap. So as I said this before, if you think you're tired of listening to me talk, imagine how I feel. First, I have to think about it. Then I have to say it. Then I have to, go back in, edit the video. Then when I upload it again, I have to watch it again just to make sure I ain't mess up and put the wrong video up there that wasn't edited, or upload the wrong video, whatever the case might be. There's a lot that goes into it on my end, and I have to do it all by myself. So I'm also using my my MacBook camera, which is the reason why the quality is so crappy. But I just got through recording videos earlier today, which I'm not sure which ones I'm going to upload first. You're probably going to see those videos later because I think I want to show you this one first. But the point of this video is I just find it really scary that Japan has this strange thing about respect and politeness, etc. But for some reason, they just drop the ball when it comes to house and doorbell etiquette. There is zero privacy. So this bitch from Inner Square, I'm assuming that's where she's from, because she came to my door. I'm on the 9th floor, so like she can't, I shouldn't be telling you guys where I live and my floor, but she can't come up here unless somebody else comes, you know, through the door. So this is what happened. Similar case to what happened last time with the water bill situation. But in this case, it's not about utility bills. This is an employer who's wondering why I did not show up for work. So they tried calling me on my Skype number like at least 2 or 3 times, which I didn't answer. They have yet to reply back to my email. So I'm like, why not just respond to my email and ask, hey, what's going on? Are you sick? Is everything okay? Or just ask like, hey, like, why didn't you show up? Or just take the hint. I'm clearly not going to work for you guys. So nope, they didn't do that. Instead, they waited until I think it was like 1 or something, and then they called my phone several times. But then they come to my place. And so she comes and rings my doorbell, to which I don't respond, and she rings it right again, right away. And I think she rang my bell at least 5 times, if not 7. So 3 times together, and then an additional 2 or 3 times. I literally just pressed the mute button. I didn't even know I had an option to mute my doorbell. If I knew that, I would have done that a long ass time ago. I had no idea that I could cut it off. So super embarrassing because the stay-at-home hoe is right next door, and I can hear her rumbling around, so I know she hears everything. And I swear she does that on purpose, because either my ears just kick in, which that might be true, whenever like I feel embarrassed, but I swear like that bitch was quiet as fuck until my doorbell started ringing 60 times. I know that they can vaguely hear it, but it's not loud enough where it's going to wake somebody up. So I think she was just doing it to let me know, like, I'm hearing what's going on, ho. But anyway, so yeah, I ignore it. And then this crazy bitch, I look at her hands. She has my resume in her fucking hands. I can see my picture. And so I'm thinking like, that is my new ugly picture that I don't use with normal employers. Normally I use my profile picture, my old picture that I have that, you know, it's been on my resume since forever. So I normally use that picture, but I had one job ask me to tie my hair back. And so that was back when I was wearing the long extensions. And with that picture, I also have a tan, and I have different contacts too. So I was thinking to myself, like, okay, that has to be Intersquare. That can't be, it can't be from my last job that I just had. This is the job that I accepted but didn't work at. And it's really their fault. Like I said, you can't tell me whether you can sponsor my visa or not, and you were being a smart ass when I asked you about payday and, you know, dress code. Like, oh, make sure you read whatever. Like I already mentioned it here. Like, just really snarky like that. I don't want to work for you. And it's only a few dollars an hour. Like, no, it wasn't a full-time job. I did want to do it so I could say that I've personally had experience as an ALT, but I knew I was going to quit the job eventually anyway. But this part scares me. So yeah, it's like you have it just flat out open in your hands, no privacy, you know, disregard to, you know, my personal information. All of my stuff is on that resume, and it really scared me because it's like you don't think about this so much, but when you send your resume to employers, especially when it's like little mom and pop shops, this isn't a mom and pop place. Like, they're a full-fledged company, so I'm definitely going to be leaving a Google review. It's really scary thinking that, wow, like anybody that you're walking by, anybody on the train, anywhere, anytime, they can see my full name, they can see my address, they can see my number information, my country of origin, my work history, everything. That is extremely personal. You would never do that to a Japanese person. And that really saddens me and pisses me off because you don't think about these things. You wouldn't expect that in Japan. And it's already scary enough knowing that when you reply to these, you know, job ads, etc., you don't even know if it's a real job. It could just be a foreigner trying to steal your resume. So yeah, it's just really creepy and scary just to think about. And so if it's not enough for you to harass me and blow up my phone, you come to my physical address, what the hell am I going to do if I did open up the door? What's going to happen? You think it's supposed to scare me and confront me? I mean, you did scare me because I wasn't expecting you to come here, but that's not going to scare me into working for you. It's not going to get back at me. Is that your way of embarrassing me? Because I'm sorry, I'm not one of these little Japanese girls. When you make me feel insecure, you make me anxious, and I'm not in the wrong. This is not a bill that's past due or something. This is you desperate for me to work for you. I will go off on you and embarrass you. And I really hate that because, once again, stereotype, as a Black woman, as a foreigner, I am trying to keep the peace and not be ghetto. And that most certainly cannot happen. And I feel so sorry for my neighbors because I am not giving them a good impression of Americans, and definitely not Black people, because they already are racist as fuck. They already don't like me. And then I'm the only person on this floor that has all of these issues with my doorbell. I've never heard their doorbell go off 50 times. They hardly even get delivery stuff. In fact, they're secretive with it too. I noticed that she used Uber Eats the same day that I did, but she did it before me, and it was around lunchtime. And she actually had it where the guy didn't ring the doorbell, but apparently she took too long to, get the food, and like, just have him drop it on the floor. Like, the floor is not dirty. We live in a brand new building, and they clean it literally like 3 times a week. So, and it's inside of a bag, but whatever. She wanted them to directly hand it off to her, but it was taking her too long to get to the door, so they yelled, Uber Eats, Uber Eats, do this, whatever. I'm sorry, I'm not racist, but that's what they sound like. I don't care. So anyway, when she came like rushing to the door, I was being nosy, looking through the peephole because I wanted to see, because I heard somebody out there, rummaging, bag. I was like, oh, is that Uber? So all of my neighbors have gotten delivery food. I've even seen them all get Domino's before, which is interesting because I never see Japanese people get delivery stuff when I've lived in other places. That just shows you that the people in this building got too much money. But and I'm not one of them. So anyway, yeah, I know that this looks really, really bad, and they're probably annoyed, but I've always had in my mind since last year, I've just been hoping and praying to God that they will move out and that I will be the oldest person on this floor. So at least all of my shame and embarrassment will leave when they leave. But it looks like they're not going to leave. So that really sucks. So I'm hoping that they get pregnant and just move out and get a family apartment. Sadly, the one guy who could have stayed on my floor, he left and he got replaced by another guy. But that guy, I can't tell if he's Japanese or not. I don't know if he's Asian. I mean, I know he's Asian, but I don't know if he's Chinese or if he's Japanese or Korean or what he is. He came here with a girl, but I don't think they lived together. I think it was just a friend or maybe his girlfriend, but they lived separately. I'm not sure. But it was a girl and another guy that helped him move. So maybe those two were the couple and they were just his friends. I have no idea. I never see him. And once again, to make all of you guys so angry, yep, just as last time, I can't tell them apart. I don't know who's who. So even when I see them in the elevator, it's really sad, but I never get a chance to get a good look at them. And it's mainly their fault too, because they're always trying to rush and hide from me. But anyway, yeah. So then this time around, she's literally pacing back and forth. So I see the resume in her hands. I want to share a video of it, but I'm too lazy to blur up my resume part so you can see what this bitch is doing. I'm going to do it anyway. I have to do it because I have to show you guys. I have to back up what I'm saying. I'm not going to share video footage of it happen. I'm going to share pictures of the video so that I can easily blur it without having to worry about it moving, etc. because y'all need to see all my business. So anyway, yeah, she literally goes to the sliding doors that are automatic, that don't open unless I press the button. And she tries to see which side she can get the door to open. I'm like, this bitch is truly fucking crazy. All over a goddamn job for an ALT? I'm honored that you care that much about me. And so I know from their perspective, they probably feel hurt because I might have hurt and damaged their business with the school because the school had nothing to do with it. And I feel bad because from their perspective, they're expecting to have an assistant language teacher and I just don't show up. And it was a prestigious school. It wasn't just any other school. It was a persnickety school. But at the same time, they were not the ones that hired me directly. It wasn't a direct hire situation. And on top of that, my pay was only going to be $16 an hour. That's shit. And again, it was just part-time. I was only going to be working there a few days a week. So I know that I agreed to the job, and you can go Japanese style me and be like, well, you should honor your word, whatever. I have to be able to work here legally. I cannot accept a job that cannot guarantee me they're going to sponsor my visa because my visa expires soon. And when it does expire, what's going to happen? Is doing things the ninja shinobi way and honoring my contract going to save me? No, it's fucking not. I'm not trying to end up inside of a detention center and getting locked up. in order to keep my word and keep a contract. You might say, oh, well, you shouldn't have applied. Well, I didn't know they were going to make me jump through all of these hoops. I didn't know that all of this crap was going to happen. I didn't even expect to start on this day. I didn't even know that they were a dispatch company because they didn't make it sound like it. So the whole situation was just super, super messy and unprofessional, and they were really rude. And despite everything else, even if I'm totally in the wrong, my point is not about what I did. It's about what they did, and specifically crossing the line and the boundary of not only blowing up my phone, but you come to my damn house and blow up my doorbell like I owe you money. Have you lost your goddamn mind? And again, I can't see them doing this with a Japanese person. And it's not just because I'm a foreigner, but rather Japanese people just don't let it get that far. I really feel sorry for people here because, again, they don't let it get this far. Japanese people are super, super, they're like how I am, but they don't have the other side of me. Because, see, I can relate to them too. I have social anxiety. I care too much about the opinions of others. But at the same time, I also can put my foot down. If you embarrass me enough, now I go into my rage mode and I don't give a fuck and I'm going to embarrass you right back. And I've had to do that before, like with that guy that was following me from my house at my last place where he, had kept saying, "Konbanwa, good evening, can you speak Japanese?" Stuff like that, and was asking me where I was going. And then when he finally touched my arm, I went batshit crazy on his ass because I was thinking like, dude, it is late at night. I'm on my way to see my fucking boyfriend. Do not fucking touch me. I literally cursed at him and went off. And it made him angry too, and he went off. But I had no choice. The Japanese people around me aren't helping, and they're seeing what's going on. And you want to know what happened after I did that? Did anybody help me? Nope. Instead, all of the Japanese people just turned and looked. Oh, she's angry. Oh, she yelled. Nobody did shit. And there's always going to be a Japanese person. No, there's going to be one of you in the comments like, "Oh, I'm so sorry you had a bad experience, but that's not all of Japan." Please shut the fuck up and acknowledge the fact that y'all are racist as fuck and y'all do bogus ass shit. I'm trying not to talk too loud because my neighbor's right there. But just acknowledge it. Stop trying to sugarcoat or cover up shit and say, "Oh, well, I'm sorry about your experience, but not all." It reminds me of the white people in the U.S. We get it. We know not all of y'all racist. I fucking know. I've fucked plenty of Japanese people to know that you're not all racist. I've had boyfriends. I've been here my whole life. I've dated more Japanese men than my own race. I fucking know. I work with you. I live with you. I'm friends with you. I get it. But at the same time, do not pretend like these one-off bad experiences are just that. Like, oh, it's just this one person. This whole country is built off of racism. You know exactly what y'all talk about behind closed doors. You know what your jokes are. You know what your beauty standards are, etc. Please stop pretending like this is just a one-off thing and they treat foreigners so well here and people are so nice here and there's no stalking and there's no bad guys. It's just this one crazy person, or it's just because you lived in this area. I've dealt with crazy people in the nicest areas. I live in a nice area. So it just really pisses me off when people try to belittle your situation. And I know that they mean well, because I get it. The goal is like they're trying to remind you that, hey, I get it, you had a bad experience, but, keep your chin up. There's good people out there. We know that, Captain Obvious. The point is to talk about the bad, and not just to talk about the bad, but to acknowledge the fact the majority of people do think, work, and act like this. It's true. And you know it's true. Don't take my word for it. Look at the media here. How do they portray and view foreigners? It's either sexually or in a comical way. It's never in good light. The only time they talk about other countries here is when they're comparing how much better Japan is doing than other countries. I talked about this before. I've literally sat and watched whole TV shows in which they're literally just poking fun and making fun of, situations in the U.S. From obesity to the gun problems there, and then comparing it to how wonderful and perfect Japan is, etc. Just weird stuff like that. So I'm not going to get into all of that, but like I said, it was a good enough subject. The thing is that this does happen to Japanese people too, but unlike me, they don't let it get that far. The moment that you call them, they answer, and they'll make up an excuse for why they couldn't do something, couldn't come, whatever. They accept something, they found out that it's bad later, they're going to work it and do it anyway, because they're going to keep their word and honor what they say they're going to do and do the right thing. But the problem is, you're making yourself be a victim. You're getting bullied into doing work that you don't want to do. You're getting bullied into being with somebody that you don't want to be with. That's scary. And this is a men and women problem. It's not just a girl thing. It's not just a guy thing. People don't know how to back out of stuff. And that's how NHK is as successful as they are. They stalk and harass people. And us as foreigners, we joke about it, etc. But for a lot of Japanese people, you know, if they do get trapped and end up having to talk to them, they're not going to just slam the door in their face like how we do in the US. They're going to hide, be quiet, try everything else to avoid having to pay that. And so just telling you how it is. Like, bitch, fuck off my door. Go away. You come to my house too many times, I tell you, I will call the police on you. Leave. So, and they're not used to dealing with that. They're not used to people getting aggressive back with them. And it sucks because it makes me look bad as the foreigner, because then I look like I have no manners. And then for other people, you know, just coming in, they don't know what's really going on. It's like, did she owe a bill? Like, what's happening? But it's like, this is an employer. Imagine your boss come into your house because you don't show up for work. That's fucking crazy. And it's one thing if they came, you know, really just caring on you and just ring the doorbell one time or twice or whatever, leave a little note. This bitch tried to bust down on the entrance door, thinking that there was some other way to open it. It's like, I know you're not new to Japan. You know how locked, what do they call it? Auto lock, keyed entry, whatever type stuff works. Like, bitch, are you retarded? So, excuse me, PC warriors. I can't say that word anymore. Are you an imbecile? Are you really stupid? Are you special? But that's not the way that works. And so that's the part I didn't get to. She got lucky. I don't know why she didn't take advantage of her, or maybe she did. There might be a note or something on my door. Do you know that, I forgot what it's called, Didi or whatever, the food delivery? It's like, oh, you gotta be fucking kidding me. Somebody ordered food. So after she pressed the doorbell for the last time and I had muted it, somebody came through and, you know, pressed the little door thing to get let in. And so she tried to play it off because I guess she felt embarrassed and the food delivery guy came. And she like had her phone in her hand and moved over to the side. But I was thinking, since she had her phone, I was like, I just know she's going to try to call my phone to see if I'm going to answer. And I'm thinking to myself, maybe you don't realize this, but you're still on camera on my screen. I'm watching everything that you're doing. I'm watching you pace back and forth. I'm seeing you open your umbrella and go outside. I'm seeing you look around to find another way to break in. But this bitch is just truly crazy. And then the part that made me the most upset, like I said, she had my resume fucking out, where you can see not only all of my information, but my picture and everything. And I'm like, damn, no privacy. So, yeah, I'm going to tag that company in this video in the description, and I'm going to write a review, because that was definitely uncalled for and unnecessary. So, I know that on my end, I was wrong, because I should have told them, you know, specifically, hey, I'm not going to be coming here today. But this is how I saw it. I never started with the company. I didn't agree to start with them. And on top of that, they didn't answer my question. I made it clear. I was like, hey, I'm going to need visa sponsorship. They didn't get back to me. I told them that I didn't get the ID card I was supposed to be getting in the mail. I said that, you know, I'm just going to wait out until this weekend. Maybe it'll come Saturday, Sunday. I don't know. No reply. But it's funny because they stressed out the importance of me making sure that anytime they send me an email, that I need to make sure that I reply. But I sent them a message last week and they never got back to me. Okay. And again, I don't care if I didn't send them any message telling them that, you know, I needed visa sponsorship. You don't fucking come to my house, ring my doorbell 8 times like you live here and you're fucking me at night. If you don't do that, you're not inside of me when I go to bed or when it gets near that time. You don't bang on my door like you live here. That's fucking weird. It's crazy. And it's scary, like I said, especially for me. I live by myself. I'm a foreigner. And I don't try to play at my Japanese ability. I am definitely not fluent. Oh, I'm not N1 level fluent. So it scares me, bothers me, makes me so angry. And it just makes me feel like I don't know what I want to do. Like, part of me wants to leave here because I feel beyond embarrassed all the crap that keeps happening here. The other part is like, no, stay here. You like your place. You're not here for other people. You're here for you. You like your apartment. It's easy to make videos here. It's easy to take pictures here. I love my shower. I love my bathroom. I love my kitchen. I love my living space. I love it here. And I've gotten so used to everything here. And I'm close to immigration now. So that's easy too. When I need to renew my visa, it's just a quick, easy train ride away. Like, just super simple. So yeah. I'm near the Osaka Metro line. So for anyone that wants to kill me, now you know where I live. But I feel so much calmer just making this video. Because it literally like just scared me because I was not expecting that. I'm busy like watching air crash investigation videos on YouTube. I just ordered some McDonald's again because I can't help it. While I'm busy minding my own business, then I see this chick is back at my door again. And this time she wasn't going to stop. So she did stupidly put on her mask too. I guess she was thinking that, you know, if I see her whole face, but I'm like, I don't know you. I never met you. And even when they were interviewing me, it was all done through Skype. And when we did it, she played dumb and pretended like she didn't know how to turn on her camera. And I'm like, you know damn well I can't see you. She was like, can you see me? I was like, no, I can't. He's like, really? You can't see me? Like I said, no, I can't, bitch. And so, of course, I had my camera on because she had to be able to see me. So she literally hired me because I was attractive and young. There was literally nothing else to it. She even directly said that. She complimented my appearance, complimented the fact that I was young, and then I was hired right away. So I don't like purposely leaving people hanging, but I don't like wasting my time either. And I have fear of working for someone if I know I'm not going to stay there for the duration of the contract, or at least, you know, until I get my first paycheck, because I've been there, done that before. And I have a video on that you will see shortly about a job that I worked and I couldn't continue working there. And they wouldn't even give me my pay for the time that I was there. I literally worked for them for free. They didn't give me shit. And this is a Japanese company. So once again, for the Japan defenders, whether you're Japanese, white, whatever you are, just because your experience is good does not mean other people don't go through bad shit. Yes, a Japanese person, a Japanese employer cheated my black ass. I worked for them for free. They did not pay me shit. So, big company too, not some no-name place. Your employer does not have the right to do that, might I add. What they did was not technically legal. So you can always find loopholes to make things legal. But despite the fact that your employer might try to bully you into stuff, for those of you that are foreigners, you're not legally obligated to keep a contract. Of course, if you do break it, you're going to hurt your reputation and you're going to make things bad with you and that employer. But you don't have to give them no notice. You don't have to give them, you know, months notice or do any other type of crap. You don't have to do any of that stuff. The only reason why you need to do that type of stuff to begin with is only if you're trying to get whatever benefits you had from that company. So for example, if they tell you that they're going to give you a letter of recommendation, or if you plan to work for them again in the future, you want to give proper notice and leave, you know, at the right time. But a company you never started working for, a part-time job, coming to my house, harassing me, blowing up my phone, everything but replying to the last email that I sent you, no, that's unacceptable. And again, it's totally up to you. Like, your job will try to make it seem like, they try to guilt trip you and make it seem like you owe them because they gave you a shot. They gave you an opportunity to have a job. And they try to make it seem like you owe them, especially if they sponsor your visa, because they're allowing you to stay in Japan. But that's not the way that works. That is literally power harassment, abuse, manipulation, and lies. That is no different than if you are an American, or let's use it in this sense because I'm in Japan. If you are Japanese and you're married to a foreigner and you remind them that they have to do whatever you want to do because without you, they don't have that visa to work here and live here and follow their dreams of being in Japan. That's exactly what that is. Sure, there's truth to that. Without you as their spouse, they could not be here, live here, work here, etc. But you are literally being abusive towards them. You're manipulating them. That's power harassment. You have the ability to end their little dream, technically. In this case, they don't have the power to do that. Japan is well aware of that. And same thing goes with spouse visas. They're well aware of that. Except even easier, unlike a spouse visa, you're not dependent on that spouse. You get a work visa, you can work for any company. You're just legally required to tell immigration when you're not working there anymore. But the reality is nobody's checking on that crap. You don't have to do that. But, I mean, they're going to find out when you renew your visa that you switch jobs anyway. There's no punishment for telling them that you stop working for that company. You just need to find another job within the next few months. Otherwise, you have to switch to a designated activities visa, which is easy to get. All you need to do is prove that you have the ability to get a full-time job. So that's that. I'm done. I'm just stressed out. I feel annoyed because, like I said, I want to stay here, but I feel super embarrassed about being here. But it seems like this place is doing nothing but causing me trouble. I got behind on my rent a while back. I talked about this on Patreon, and I talked about it here on YouTube a while back on my journal videos. I'm not going to refresh your memory, so go back and watch them, listen to it, or subscribe to Patreon, because I ain't going to catch you up to speed. It's too much crap. Long story short, I'm paying more in my rent to, catch up from what I'm already behind on. So that, in combination with having everybody and their mama come to my house randomly for shit that is not important. It's like, if I don't owe you money, don't do that crap. Don't come to my door. So, and I also want to give like a little bit of, I said this on Patreon, I think, too. See, I'm losing track. But I wanted to give you an update on that situation with the water company, guys. I made a mistake. I realized I made a mistake that's their fault. I believe I said this on Patreon already, but apparently what's been going on is they keep sending me my water bill at the last minute, and it keeps coming literally the day that it expires. So I kept getting my water bill the evening of the day, which means that the day is coming to an end, and I would have just gotten home from work. And I don't always check my mail. And normally, once I check my mail, I'm going straight up to my apartment. I'm not about to go walk back outside and go several blocks to the convenience store. So with that said, I normally wait until the next day to pay it so I can pay it on my way home as I pass the convenience store. There are several convenience stores next to my house, but you know how that feeling is when you get home, it's like, I'm taking this bra off, these shoes coming off, I ain't got time for all that crap. I'm going to do it later. Well, apparently with the water bill, I believe that is the one bill that can be paid late at any time as long as you have the bill. I would not pay that bill because it was late, and I would just wait for them to send me another one like how they normally do. But they don't send you another bill. In fact, they will send you the next month's bill. So apparently I would get like the next month's bill, and then I pay that bill on time. And then months go by, and then they come to my house saying that I owe money for a bill from 3 months back that I didn't pay. So now I've finally done the math in my own head, because nobody did this for me. I had to figure out what's going on. That's what's been happening. So I haven't been able to talk to them yet, but I need to, and explain that they need to send me my bill earlier or work some crap out, or I guess I answer my own question, because I think even although the bill is coming late, I believe that same bill can be paid at any time though. So yeah, because that scared me too, because the other day I didn't know it was them, and then I finally let them, up to see what it was all about. And they told me that, I just owed, it was like, what, $13 or whatever. So I was thinking like, a bill from February? What? So basically the same thing is happening, because I just paid a water bill this month. I know I paid the one last month. So I might even have a March bill for all I know. That's probably going to be coming soon. So apparently the cutoff is, I think, 2 months or 3 months after it hasn't been paid. Then they come to your place to try to shut it off. So that's been, bothersome too. And again, all of this stuff is super embarrassing and ghetto, because my neighbors don't know what's going on. And it's a strange combination, because my doorbell goes off at least once a day normally, because I either order some fast food, sadly, because I've been at home all day, or I am getting a package from Amazon or some other store, or Amazon Pantry, or Rakuten, or whatever the case is. Or my family is sending me something from overseas. So the doorbell's constantly going off. My neighbors are kind of numb to it, but they know the difference when my doorbell's being rung 60,000 times and they hear all of my stuff go off. Because I do get scared. Like, I turn off my volume and everything. But I guess my real solution, I feel like I don't know what to do. So this is how I see it. One part of me wants to get them out of the way, and I feel like if somebody comes to my door, I should answer it and just go off on them and make them leave. The other part of me doesn't like satisfying them, because that's the problem that people don't talk about. People that are truly stalkers, they're bullies. They're bullies. Their goal is to make you uncomfortable. They don't want you to be happy. That's the point. They want to embarrass you. They want to show you, I have the power. So you're giving away that power when you do what they want. Someone who took the time to fucking come to my house in the middle of rainy season, papers in your hand and all, old lady, and I think she's even wearing heels, to ask me why I didn't show up to work. They're not just gonna, stop at one little doorbell. What are you gonna say to me? Their goal is to embarrass you and make you uncomfortable. They want you to answer that door, regardless of what you say. By you answering the door, by you talking to them, you have given them the power. Because now they know, oh, okay, You don't answer your phone? Well, I'm going to show up to your house and you're going to answer that door. The goal is to embarrass you. Because now my neighbors are going to see what the fuck is going on. Why is somebody ringing the doorbell 50 times? Who's at the door? Who's banging on the door? Who's waiting outside? Now, she didn't make it all the way up here, but that was by her own choice. She got lucky because that stupid ass DD service crap came right in the middle of it. Just like how that happened with me when I was ignoring the water bill company. And my Uber guy, he forgot my drink and had to come back. So it was just so messy, so ghetto, so whatever. So yeah, it makes me feel really in between because I don't know what to do. Like, I normally take my approach, which is to deal with the embarrassment of my neighbors and not give them what they want, which is replying to them. Because that's what I do with guys in real life. If somebody's harassing me, it was really weird. On my day moving out, I don't know if I mentioned this in a video before, but on my last day, I was living in Nishinariku near Hanazanocho Station. I was staying inside of a company apartment that my school was renting for me in Surumibashi. And literally on one of my last full day living there, where I was moving stuff out of my apartment into my new apartment that I'm in right now, I literally had a random ass Japanese guy on his bike stop his bike and start cursing at me and telling me to go back to my home country, etc. And I had in my earbuds and I pretended like I ain't hear shit. I ignored his ass and tuned him out. And I was thinking, yep, this is exactly why I'm leaving this area. It's dangerous. It's full of crazies. It's too crowded. It's stank. It's dirty. The only thing I do miss is how close the grocery and convenience store was, because I can easily just, go right outside, wear my pajamas, and get whatever I need and be ghetto. But I can't do that here. If I need something, I have to walk a good 10 minutes. So, yeah, that's another story. But anyway, like I don't know what to do, because, like I said, I feel like I'm giving away my power by doing that. Because it's what they want. Even if I'm nice when I answer the door, that's all they want. They want you to do what they want to do. It's a game. Me choosing not to go work for your company, I didn't show up. Me choosing not to reply to your email. Me choosing not, well, they didn't email me, but you get what I mean. Me choosing not to reply to your call. That's all you need to know. Same thing goes for dating guys. I've had guys blow up my phone, send me messages months and even a year apart from when I last spoke to them. Let it fucking go. Stop. If I wanted your company, I would reply the first time. I would get back to you and tell you why. If you've reached out to me, tried to contact me, rung my doorbell 60 times, and I'm not giving you an answer, it's because I'm not interested. And it seems like Japanese people can't get that through their mind. It's like they know how it works in Japan. If they harass you enough, you will cave in and reply. Even if it's to say I'm not interested, that's enough. That's all they want you to do. They want you to reply. I've had guys go from saying, oh, you're so pretty like Rihanna, which I do not. And black people would drag me for that in the US. But if I don't reply to them, nigger, ape, you're ugly. Then it becomes insults. And it doesn't stop at just 1 or 2 messages. They will spam the shit out of you until you reply back. They will send you inappropriate pictures, which this brings to a whole other video idea that I wanted to do. But could somebody please make it where men who send you unwanted nude pictures, dick pics, etc., why are they not forced to register as sex offenders? We make people who get it on in a car. They have to register if you get caught doing it in public. But those are 2 consenting adults inside of their own vehicle on an empty beach, wherever you happen to be, a park where nobody's there. But a guy can literally send a picture of his dick to a minor or a grown woman who doesn't want to see his stuff. That's indecent exposure in same situation. But there's no laws for that. Okay, interesting. So it's just a whole nother story, but it really just aggravates me so much. I hate that whole power harassment stalker type thing. If someone's not interested, let it go, move on. I don't fall for those games. If you think that by blowing up my phone, by coming to my house, that's going to make me cave in and answer my door and give you the closure that you desire, from my perspective, at least right now, it's not going to. I want to do it to make you go away because honestly, deep down inside, you're scaring me, which is what I'm expressing in this video right now. But I have to act strong in front of you because I know that that's what you want me to do. Ignoring you might seem cowardly, but speaking to you is obeying you. I'm giving you the closure that you desire. I owe you nothing. I'm not your girlfriend. I'm not your dog. I'm not your employee. And you know what you're doing is wrong because you would not be happy if somebody came to your house and did that. But that's the thing. They're wired so differently here. They're so used to people abusing and manipulating them and taking advantage of them and harassing them and bullying them. From their perspective, in a Japanese person's mind, oh, let me hurry up and answer the door. Let me hurry up and pay NHK. Let me sign this contract. Let me do whatever they're asking me to do. Anything to make them go away. I'm not doing that shit. I will call the police and we can all have a, campfire together. So, but I don't know. What's your opinion? What would you do if you were in my situation? So again, keep in mind, I did say I was going to work for them, but as an employer, you do not legally have the right to show up to my house. I totally understand calling my phone. I understand even calling it twice or 3 times, but to call my phone several times, back to back to back, all day long, show up to my house, ring the doorbell, try to open up the sliding door like you are fucking crazy. That is unacceptable. And that is my problem. So, like I said, I totally understand them wondering what happened, but they know what happened. That's why they didn't reply to my email, because they know that by replying to the email, they acknowledge, oh, we should have answered her questions. So, whatever. Honestly, they should see it this way. I did them a favor because I wasn't going to hold that contract for the entire year like how they were asking me to do. I need real money. That job was going to pay me roughly $700 at best by the end of the month. So that wasn't going to work out. So it really sucks because I wanted to do a part-time job. As I said, they're not easy to come across and I really wanted to hold on to, but I have a pretty good gut. And when I have a gut feeling that something is wrong, I normally follow it. And I'm glad I did because they turned out to be fucking psycho. So I never wanted to be an ALT anyway. I've talked about that before. And I actually have a video that's coming up on that about being an ALT. Not specifically about it, but it talks about that genre, that position. I talk about why I don't like it. So I know plenty of people love it. I have a good friend here that is always upset whenever I say it. She's like, I love my job as a jet, blah, blah, blah. Okay, sweetheart, that's good. I'm telling you what I don't like. But I can't honestly speak on it because I've never been one, but I know what the position requires. For example, I've never been a fry cook before, but I can tell you by looking at what their job looks like, seeing what I've seen, hearing what I've heard, reading what I've read, I don't want to flip burgers at McDonald's. I know enough about it. That's that. I've been a barista before at Starbucks. Similar situation, working a retail job. So, whatever. I'm done. I just want to relax. I have ice cream, but I haven't eaten yet. I just need to take a deep breath. Listen to some Doja Cat, even though I kind of feel guilty for listening to her now because it's awkward with her new, well, I mean, they're old now, but the whole little allegations thing. But we ain't finna get into that. I forgave her. Don't hate me. At least I'm being honest about my feelings on it. So much mess, so much drama. I just want to live somewhere where like what's that old TV show where they talk about going somewhere where nobody knows your name? Like that's my purpose in coming to Japan. And I've done everything but that. The police have been here. Like, I just feel so ghetto. Like, damn, like, why can't I just have a normal life? Like, just leave me alone. Like, fine, if everybody hates me, then hate me in peace and quiet. Like, please don't come to my house. Just let me exist here. Just don't talk to me and ignore my existence and being. That's all I ask of you. So, I'm done. Done with my rant. I'm finished. Thank you for watching. Hopefully nobody else comes back. It is now, wow, I've been talking for so long. It is now 5:40, so this video is like an hour long. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. So yeah, I feel much better now. You guys have been like my support system, my family, because I was like, oh my god, somebody's gonna ring my door, but what if she comes directly to my door? Because I even like checked. I was like, she's probably waiting for me outside. So yeah, I should check to see if anything's outside my door though. But I guess that's it. So yeah. Actually, I'm gonna have you guys come with me. So give me 1 second. I should not be doing this because my place is a mess. Y'all gonna see, no, I can't do that. No way, no way, no way. I'm not gonna lay that down. I got my dirty ass makeup field pillows and me sleeping in my makeup last night. Y'all need to see all that. All right, sorry, no house tour right now. But all right, I will talk to you guys later then. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for supporting me. Hope you understand. But yeah, let me know in the comments, what would you do? Do you agree with me and see it as being a power harassment type thing? Would you continue to ignore the door? Or would you go ahead and answer it and just give them what they want, the closure that they're asking for? So to me, I just see it as, like I said, being a power harassment thing. This person is literally getting paid money to leave their office desk to come to my house, knowing that they're not going to get an answer. It's just a field trip, basically. That's a fun-ass job. Imagine if your job was to hunt down people, which I know they don't normally have to do that, but the fact that you even have the option to do that your job is to hunt down people who refuse to answer phone calls. You just get to show up to their house and harass them, and you get paid to do it. So I would love to do that if I was a mean person, but I could never do that, because all I could do is think to myself, I would never want somebody doing this to me. And like I said, total violation of privacy too. So I hope that they see this, and I hope that other people thinking about working for them sees that as well. It doesn't matter if you chose to work there. It's scary seeing that a company is capable of being that unprofessional, should you not play by their rules and do things their way. And so all I could do is just hope that, you know, when she gets on the train or whatever else, my stuff is being covered up. But why the fuck do you need a printed out version of my resume? Just save my address on your phone and get here. What are you gonna do? Like, compare the picture to me? Like, I'm looking for a nigger. Like, I think that might be our target. Like, bitch, I'm the only black person in Osaka. Like, don't play dumb hoe. You know how to find me. You know me when you see me. So, but then again, maybe not, because I've said this before. I wasn't joking in that video. There is a Filipina girl that lives somewhere in Osaka, apparently. I cannot tell you how many times I've had both Japanese and white people tell me that they've seen me before. And it's like, bitch, no, you fucking didn't, because I don't go to bars. I never go to a bar. If you saw somebody at a bar and you thought it was me, it wasn't me, bitch, because I don't go to bars. And I definitely don't right now during the pandemic. But I've been getting these messages for years since I came here. So yeah, I don't know what that's all about. I don't know who the chick is, and she probably don't look nothing like me. I'd probably be really insulted if I ever saw her. But that's how it always goes. People, I mean, look, Japanese people be, you know, comparing me to Rihanna. Rihanna would be insulted as fuck. I'm insulted as fuck. She may be pretty and all, but I ain't got no big ass 7 head. So, excuse me. She's beautiful. I like Rihanna. She's overrated, to be honest, but she's pretty. But at the same time, you get what I mean. People always compare you to people that look worse than you do in your eyes. So for her situation, I look worse than she does in her eyes, obviously. I'm going to keep it real. So I'm not trying to insult myself. Now this is becoming a sad, self-deprecating conversation. Why is my nose so itchy? Oh my God, I'm trying not to mess up my makeup. Now my nose is all red. Okay. Anyway, I am done. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. I'm going to go outside and check my door before everybody starts getting home. I want to kind of go check my mailbox, see if that crazy bitch left something in there on it, because she is fucking crazy. I just knew that as soon as the delivery guy came, she was going to run in. But I guess she did draw the line there. If I didn't directly let her up, she wasn't going to come up here, which I think that's stupid too. It's like, for the people that have decided to come all the way up, what is coming all the way up to my door going to do? If I didn't let you in the first door, I might not be at home. It's fucking 4 o'clock. But, alright, I am done. Thank you for watching, thank you for listening, and I will talk to you guys later. So like I said, excuse me, hiccups. Let me know what you would do. Would you answer the door and give away your power, but also put a halt to it by doing that, and give them the answer that they want, which could also potentially mean having a showdown, because they might choose to be ghetto to try to embarrass you for embarrassing them in turn? Or would you continue to ignore them and not give them what they want and keep them guessing on their toes? Was she sick? Did she move? Like, you know, what happened? So my goal wasn't to purposefully do them bogus, but from my perspective, they were doing me bogus. So I'm gonna work for you for $2 an hour, and you can't even tell me if you're gonna give me visa sponsorship or not, like how your ad claims that it will. So whatever. That's that. I'm done. Thank you. Goodbye.